you are a B2B service-based business owner and you are looking to gain more clients, create more impact and more revenue in your business, tune in to Amplify Your Marketing Message with Campbell Rapin. Every week, we're going to take you through how to build an audience of buyers, mastering your marketing message, and making offers. My friends, welcome back. There is a big conversation we need to have today. It is time to be unapologetic about our goals, about our ambitions for wealth, impact, and legacy. My good friend Les Brown always says to me, there is no such thing as risk-free greatness. And we've heard it before. You do not have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Welcome to Amplify Your Marketing Message. I'm your host, Campbell Rapin. I support entrepreneurs to build their first $1 million in business. And here's the shocking stat, particularly for women. So if you're a woman, you're my peep, I want you to hear this. Less than 2% of business owners get to their million. Most businesses don't aspire to that $1 million. My clients might not always start with $1 million vision, but I watch it blossom when they step into unapologetic drive, ambition for impact. And when I sat down and looked at what I see in the marketplace, I saw this truth. I'm scared to ask for a lot. I'm scared to want big dreams. I'm constantly criticized by family, friends, peers, and strangers who say, are you making any money in that business yet? And I had that conversation with one of my newer clients just this past week. She came to me after I had hosted an event and she said, how do you respond when people don't buy into your dream? When there's a constant, good intended, but toxic, are you making any money yet? And I gave her 3 ways I respond to that. Because here's the funny story I shared with her. This doesn't change if you're a private enterprise. If you're a public company, I don't know that this happens because I've never seen it happen. Doesn't mean it won't, but that's just my own lens. But when you're a private enterprise, whether that's solopreneur or what we call traditionally small business, there is somebody in your life that asks you that questions repeatedly. Are you making any money yet in that business? And my business has been around for more than 5 years. So I've been past the threshold most don't achieve. And to this day, just 3 days ago, my mother, well-intended, said, I know I see you spending a lot of time doing things, running events, going to events, speaking at events, traveling for your business, but are you making any money at it? And I was like, seriously? You know what I said to my mother? I said, why? Do you need some help paying your bills? Don't worry, Mom, mine are well covered. And it doesn't change. So don't get frustrated, shift your energies, and get clear that there is a big world out there. You can make big impact, and it is time to be unapologetic about your desire to do that. I play to the people, the 2%. I play to that. I know how to do it, and I'm a really good bet. Because I tell my clients this, don't shoot for 6 figures. 6 figures is not enough money. Most people in traditional employment, corporate America, or any big kind of corporate life, see that 6 figures is this milestone income. It's not anymore. It was. When I made my first 6 figures, I was 26. And I thought, wow, that was a lot of money. And it was a lot more money when I was 26, more than 25 years ago, do the math, than it is today. 6 figures is not enough. Because at 6 figures, here's the math. 6 figures means, okay, I live in Canada, so we're going to take 30 to 40% of that as tax. You're then going to spend another probably $1,000 generating your business, investing in your business, getting the support training tools that you need, and mentorship, which means you're really working for a take-home pay of $40,000 to $60,000, which is simply not a great wage. You have all the stress without the benefits. So don't goal for 100K. I tell my clients there's 3 phases of growth. The first 100K, the next 2 up to 250, and from 250 to 5 then duplicates and duplicates and duplicates. That means 500K, a million, then 2 million, and exponentially up from there. But you've got to decide at the lowest level, you're constantly doing all the work. You're constantly in hustle. The next level growth, you're starting to refine, you're starting to hire, you're starting to systematize, and you're starting to create predictability. But what predictability has as a cost, a financial cost, a bandwidth cost. And that means you're working harder for less money. And so don't stay there. It's awful. Get out of that fast. And then be unapologetic about your goal. I want to see how far I can go. And as you grow exponential, I want you to be unapologetic about ambition. That doesn't mean that you stop being kind, you stop being human first, you stop being relationship driven. Those are not mutually exclusive. And if they're exclusive in people you've experienced, well, come spend some time with us. It's not exclusive in the rooms I play in. It's not exclusive in the rooms I curate. I want you to know that there is no such thing as a risk-free greatness. And so that is why you must choose to be true to yourself. You must choose to show up every day, unapologetic about your goals, dreams, and follow through. Because you are always your ultimate advocate. And so I want to give you 5 key principles that I lead myself by. So this is stepping inside the world, the mind of me, your host, Christine Campbell Rapin. The first key principle I live in to step into greatness defined by myself, peeps, not by the world, is integrity. I am really clear on what my North Star is. I'm really clear on what my values are. And that means to me, doing what I said I would do, following through, staying committed past the point of inconvenience, and with a simplicity where the handshake is my word. It's integrity. And it's a principle that is not popular, but highly desired. And I said, I don't need to play the easy game. I want to play the game I want to win, which is integrity. Second key principle that I think is imperative for greatness, how I define it, is discipline. Discipline is an identity. It means that I will be focused on planning, performance, and effort. I am constantly in the pathway of iteration. I don't skip steps. I don't sit on the sidelines, and I don't watch people in the arena. I step into the arena. And I recognize the compound effect of one action. And when you have discipline with a commitment to a runway, everything becomes possible. It's just a matter of time. Because those we know who have the greatest enduring success were not smarter, didn't have this unique special sauce. They had the follow through and the willingness to see a runway. And I know I've heard it in Tony Robbins's room. I don't know if he's the originator content quote this source came from, but it's we will underestimate our long-term impact and we will overestimate our short-term capability. But discipline is the key. Third piece of what I think it takes for me to be great and to have that unapologetic, magnetic, I want to be part of that space, is the commitment to risk. I actually think that becoming an entrepreneur is one of the safest things you can do, which I know is not a popular narrative. Because when you are an entrepreneur, whether you're a solopreneur building to that first million, you're starting to build team, you're letting risk be at the table, but you are biologically wired to survive. And you are the least risky person that you know because you can control how you show up, the work you do, and the values in which you do it in. And so I want you to give yourself permission to de-risk your future by choosing you. I want you to give yourself permission to make mistakes and to evolve. And I want you to have permission to be unapologetic that we're not here for a little success in our own eyes. We're here for success on epic levels. And I've shared this with communities when I've hosted events. I have a simple goal this year, to love my life more. And I have a great life. I have integrity, discipline, I take risks, I play with cool people, I make the ask, I live my life by my own measures. It's awesome, my friends. But the fact is, I'm willing to bet on myself. And I will tell you that that's not something I started when I was early in my career, but I learned that I was a safe bet. I watched the evidence, and truthfully, I had others point it out to me when I wobbled and couldn't see it myself. The fourth thing I think is imperative that you need if you want to take greatness and justify the risk is that you have to have courage. You must have the courage to go forth and to go into circumstances, rooms, and ideas where you're like, I don't know what I don't know. That's okay, but you have to bring curiosity with you. You have to pursue your greatness with a courage that says, I give myself the space. Note I didn't say grace, but the space to blaze the trail, to recognize that it's hard and I expect it to be. I get bumped, I get bruised, I pick myself up, I have tears, I have moments, and I also feel the light, the energy, and the anticipation of, wow, the first dawn of a new idea, the first win, the momentum, and the front row seat to the story I'm creating. And I know I write it because I choose it, and I have the courage and the belief that I can face anything. The final piece of this, which I think you need to hear from me, is that it is about recognizing your humanness. And in that humanness, bringing a sense of humbleness. We are not great on our own. We're great in relationship with others. And so as you rise to your potential and you step into the bold dreams you have, you must be of service to others. And if you want to create exponential wealth and you want to create that unapologetic success measure, and you want to be at that elite group, that 1%, that 2%, that 5%, but a single digit of top tier performance, you must rise to your potential. And you don't rise there from observing. You do by getting in the arena. And you need good people around you. People who will hold your vision, support your vision, provide the knowledge, the cheerleading, the ass kicking. Nobody gets there by themselves. And I always joke to people, and it was something my bestie told me back when I was probably about 20 years of age. She said, you're allowed to be a hot mess and a work in progress. Because we love who you are becoming, but we love the fact of who you are in the journey, and it's okay to stumble. And it's okay to celebrate when you are freaking great. I'm so impressed with myself. I'm proud that I had the integrity, discipline, risk-taking attitude, courage, and awareness to say, this is cool. This is me. Unapologetic. The world can take it or leave it, but I really like who I see in the mirror. Because everything becomes possible when you choose you. I invite you today to be unapologetic about what you want. As an unapologetic woman, I have great heart, great tenacity, great commitment, grit, and a great sense of humor about the foils and the folly of having this audacious goal that just gets bigger every year. And I think that you want that. And I know that you're yearning for it. So I'm giving you permission, if you need it, to go after what you want. There's no such thing as unapologetic, unnecessary mistakes. Step into your greatness, because greatness you already are. And it's okay to be hungry, as my friend Les says. It's okay to want more. But I also want to gift you this. It's not enough to just want it. If you're here listening to Amplify Your Marketing Message, if you're a peer of mine, chances are you're well past the want stage. That fire's lit and you need fuel sources. Well, you need to be in rooms where that 1%, that 2%, we make decisions fast. We play along the way, and we have a heck of a lot of vitality because we're living life on our own success measures. This is your invitation to be in that room. Come connect to me. Connect to me on your favorite social platform and tell me, what are the key fundamentals for you personally that set you up for greatness, that you hold true as your North Star? Because I want to see you, know you, support you, because you're awesome. Come connect, and we will see you on our next episode. That's a wrap on another amazing episode of Amplify Your Marketing Message with me, your host, Christine Campbell Rapin. Be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform so you don't miss another great episode. And be sure to visit christinecampbellrapin.com/podcast to get a free resource on how to master